No, it said you went live too much. Wait 30 seconds. Please try again in 30 seconds. I can't. You're muted.
Sad face I was. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome
Wait,
to...
Are we actually live?
We are live. There are people here. So, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler. We're off to a little bit of a shaky start.
Are you
hope
sure?
everyone's had a fantastic couple weeks. We've been away from the due to the holidays and stuff like that. We took some time off. So we are back.
All right,
and apparently we're coming back on a perfect day because shit hits the fan. Yeah.
Or Caracas.
So thank you. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on the little button. Come and sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today. Before we start getting into all this craziness, I guess let's just kick it, Leo.
It was 27.
All right, so we got this playing in the background.
27,000 the month before.
So, well,
30,000.
if you want to go watch it, you can go watch it live. It is on Rumble as we speak. So, as the title suggests,
I got NATO to pay 5%.
Venezuela,
the 2% that they weren't paying. They weren't.
Sorry, let me turn you. I'll just. Can I mute? How do I? There we go. I'm an old man. I'm a boomer. Okay. So yeah, early this morning, what was it, about 1 o'clock in the morning, I believe, strikes on Venezuela took place, and Nicolas Maduro, the narco socialist terrorist, was captured. To a lot of lefties out there, people like interim NDP leader Don Davies, who is here retweeting pro-Hamas terrorist organization AMK mapping. The AMK had said U.S. AH-64 Apache attack helicopters are seen firing machine guns over Caracas. Okay. If true, this is Don Davies speaking now. If true, this is a flagrant breach of international law and the rules-based system the U.S. claims to support. Canada must strongly condemn it and call for the immediate cessation of aggression by the U.S. against the sovereign state of Venezuela. Well, good job, Don Davies. You're about 8 hours too late, as always. The NDP always a day behind on anything that's ever happened, ever. Oh, sorry. I don't know why. You can just say fix the screen. Don't private me.
You were, well, because you were talking. I didn't want to be rude and interrupt. Ugh.
Hell yeah, getting fatter and sexier, just like your daddy.
No, actually, but thank you.
Anyways, oh wait, no, shit. It's the first day back. Okay, I won't be an asshole. All right. So yeah, people like Don Davies is already late to the show. Aggression has already stopped. Nicolas Maduro was put on a transport helicopter and sent to the United States to face charges. Where Don Davies doesn't seem to understand is the United States even passed laws. So much like Don Davies, the rules-based individual that he is, would understand that the United States, in fact, allows the president to take extrajudicial, or should I say extrajudicial, or just he's allowed to do it. He's allowed to do it. What was it? I was listening to, who are we listening to this morning? Basically, the president has 48 hours to address Congress that if military action takes place, So that's where we are right now. And I'm seeing a lot of socialists are really mad because I guess seeing a socialist who terrorized people, had his political opponents murdered, be arrested and be extradited. A lot of them are really mad about it.
Why?
Well, because they're socialist utopia. Like they look at Venezuela, like, you know, I personally, I haven't been to Venezuela. Okay. But people that I've spoken to have been there and they said that it's a bureaucratic nightmare. Money is worth nothing. If you're allegiant to the regime, you're okay. If you're not, you are a second class citizen. Much like,
Fair.
you know, everyone remember the COVID tyranny. If you were on the side of the regime, everything was okay. But if you opposed the regime, you were persecuted, imprisoned, had your livelihood destroyed. That's what this guy did for years. And even in the wake of Hugo Chavez, the socialist revolutionary, the communist revolutionary there. Yeah.
Did you hear? Probably didn't, but I'm not sure whose call it was to pull that trigger, but they bombed his resting place too.
I'd seen that.
Yeah. Kind of made me giggle a little bit.
That is based AF.
I mean, the thing is, if they wanted Homeboy dead, they could have killed him very easily. They knew where he was, but they took him alive. They arrested him. So I mean, you think that should give a little kudos.
Yeah, as far as I know, no U.S. soldiers were injured in the operation. No. They did a fantastic job in removing a potential brutal dictator. From what I've seen, people in Caracas have been flooding the streets. Crazy. So yeah, people are out in the streets cheering, celebrating. What is this? Thousands of motorcyclists near Caracas, the capital city of Venezuela, have filled the streets in celebration of the opposition's landslide victory against Maduro. And this was a year ago. Sorry. Right. And they were arrested. They were arrested. They were arrested.
To me, that feels very telling. Like when you see this many people, like there are videos of, you see them literally ripping down the posters, the big giant billboards that they had of him, that they're getting ripped down and people are standing out there cheering. I will say one of the videos that I did see, I don't know if I'm seeing things wrong. Oh my God, what happened? Hold on.
Oh, TV just started. Since you're dealing with that, just as a side, just want to call this out. Batman and Robin follow us.
Love it. But there was one video that I see. I was trying to see if I can find it. But as the billboard was coming down, I don't know if they just had something on there that was heavy or if there was actually a person hanging from it, taking it down. But it looked crazy.
Let's see. Oh, right there.
Oh, they're right there. See?
That does look like a person that's like riding it down.
Right? Dude, I watched it like 3 times.
I doubt it. Like
Could you imagine being that guy though? Like, I rode that bitch right to the ground.
Oh man, but you see, like, what did we see in places like North Korea? What you seen in like Stalin's Russia? What you seen in Nazi Germany? What you seen in Cambodia? What you seen in all of these socialist places is they put the government up front in your face. We're the reason everything's so great. Look at, follow us, reinforce those ideas over and over and over. Allegiance, allegiance, allegiance. Even though you're suffering, you're poor, you're destitute, you have no opportunity. You know, everything's going against you, but believe and love dear leader. That's what these signs actually show. Like, this is what this sign is supposed to dictate. Mind you, I think it was during an election. Was it an election? No, they
But
just had an election.
he didn't even win an election though.
Well, he won.
Did he? He was just like, and it's mine now.
But wasn't it in Russia? I don't know if this is true, but it was something like 110% of people voted for Russia or for Putin. Like something like
That's
I don't know if it's true.
110. That would be funny.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but
110 people. Like, yay.
It is kind of crazy to see. Like, wait, what? It has now begun. The U.S. Army has launched its attacks on Caracas. International media reporting that U.S. soldiers are in Caracas. Apparently, there's already street fighting there. The U.S. Army has also directly attacked the Venezuelan Ministry of Defense. So here's some.
It's just insane. I can't even imagine though, like being the people seeing this. Mind you, the people who are filming this sound calm AF, will say. I'd be like, oh my God, what's happening?
Maybe I'm inferring or trying to imply something that isn't there. But we know that with socialist countries, so like what was it in Singapore? The capital, beautiful buildings. It looks like a modern city. You could not tell it apart from, like Abu Dhabi. You could not tell the difference. Beautiful. But outside of that, just like in North Korea, Pyongyang, beautiful. It's a beautiful city. But you go outside the eyes of the government, and it's people are living in shanties. People are, they eat bugs because they literally don't have food. Their grocery stores, like if you ever go to
sounds delicious.
Well, but
you know what I think of? Sorry.
Hold on. But with this video, is it that they obviously I don't know what they're saying. I don't speak Spanish, barely speak English. But is it because of don't question the government, don't question the regime, this thing happening? We'll wait for the official narrative to come out, whether we believe it or not. Like, is it that?
I mean, maybe. To be honest, like I don't know. To me, that they just sound super calm. Like, oh look, there's bombs going off because I speak perfect Spanish. That's exactly. Oh look. All right. Do you want a coffee? Like it just
English.
I know.
You want some coffee?
I know.
They're also
always my default goes back
Mexican
to
cartel members. I just assume everyone that's Spanish is a cartel member. That's how I operate.
Well,
damn, it's crazy.
Hear that helicopter? Oh my God, look at them. It's like just darkness now.
Impersonating me.
No lights.
But is that how Venezuela normally is? Isn't it normally like that? Just the lights are out at night because they can't afford shit.
You can see in the beginning, like in some of the other videos, you see lights and stuff on. Well,
holy shit.
Like that stream is coming from one helicopter. That's horrifying. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm kind of curious to know how many innocent people did end up dying in this. I know that there was no Americans, which is great. And for a man who was literally talking about his, I don't know, was it like 450,000 or 150,000 soldiers that they had made out of the civilians and whatnot? Like you didn't see any of those people anywhere. I'll just say. But I mean, I don't know.
Wait, so what do you
To
mean?
me, that's huh?
I don't follow.
Well, for like he was talking before about how he had what's that word I'm looking for? Woken up a bunch of soldiers in Venezuela, like civilians,
Who did?
teaching them how to fight and stuff like that. And there was like a massive amount of people. So if there was a guar that, you know, no guar, you're not going to be able to come here because we're going to be ready to fight.
Well, there wasn't a war. There wasn't a war. It was a strategic strike, took out what they needed to, got what they needed, and got out, which is what they should have done in Afghanistan. This is why everyone hated Afghanistan. This is why they hated that war. This is why they hate the funding the Ukraine-Russia thing, is because it becomes, you know, we're used to 20, 30 years of regime and nation building and blah, blah, blah. No, you go in, take out Osama bin Laden, take out who you need to, get those people out, whatever, extradite them or put a bullet in their head, whatever you got to do, get them, get out, done.
Well, who was the Zero Dark 30? Was that Osama bin Laden?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did it then.
Yeah,
So
but
why
they
not
stayed
just,
around.
I know.
They stayed around for 20 years trying to rebuild Afghanistan and fight the Taliban and all this. No, people at the beginning were like, hey, these people did a terrible thing to us. Also, this should reinforce everyone's idea that when your emotions are involved, you make terrible decisions, because in the wake, and this is why the terrorists won 9/11. Americans say that that 9/11 didn't shake our resolve. It absolutely did. There's pre 9/11 air travel, post 9/11 air travel. There's post 9/11 surveillance. The terrorists won. They won. They destroyed the United States after 9/11. So what they yeah, I know. Hindsight 2020. Of course, what do I know? I'm just a fat fuck sitting on the internet blabbering. No one wanted an extruded or an extended confrontation. They wanted to get the people who did this, get them out. But mission creep, and this is always what happens with this type of stuff, which is why you get in, do the job, get out. This is why the military people have a level of respect, because the military goes in, gets the job done, gets out. It's not we sit here and now we're gonna play soccer. Well, you know, we're gonna change the rules of soccer because we don't like soccer. It's like, yeah, but you're the military. But we also can change the rules of soccer. It's like, no, you're here to crack skulls, blow shit up, be as ruthless and effective killing machine as humanly possible. Get out. Not
I will
this
say
campaign of grandiose whatever, because some politician back home is like, well, I actually signed this piece of legislation, so now we're actually funding Taliban. That's my contribution. That's what these people do.
I will say though that if I was part of the army, I would much rather, if I had the choice to, all right, thousands of us, we're going to go boots down on the ground and try to, I don't know, attack, and we're going into a war, or be the guy flying in the helicopter undetected, creeping up and just hitting the button. You got to, okay, let's just be real for a sec. Let's just go back to how fucking cool that would be.
It's
I don't
cool
want the innocent people to die. But the thing
Don
is,
Davies is trending because he's an idiot.
I think the way that they did it, I like it. Like, I don't want any innocent people to die, but I know they were saying in the press conference that this was strategically planned out and trying to pick a day where it literally minimalized the least amount of civilians getting hurt. You are like focused, dude. I'm talking to you here. I mean,
Don Davies seeing a psycho communist black bag. That could have been me.
oh my god.
Sorry.
I mean,
No, I think in theory, and if I caught what you were saying, sorry, was like, yeah, in theory of like flying planes and all that type of stuff, like, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's cool. Like, I like watching people that play was it DCS, like a combat flight sim game. It's cool to watch people do that. I think in actual war, and this is one thing the United States has always like been superior at, is its air superiority. It controls the skies, the skis even. Name that reference down below, and we will send you
lock of your chest hair.
no,
Congratulations.
ew. I mean, if you really want it. $5 is $5. But I think in actual, yeah, you don't want to be the dude on the receiving end, like, you know, what the hell is it called?
I don't know,
Like
but
when you hear the A10 Warthog gun going off, it's like,
well, 100%. I think it would be really cool to be that person who got to, or the people who got to find him, grab him, zip tie him, and let's go, bitch.
like this.
So cool.
Assuming it's not doesn't play an ad or something. It's like,
It sounded like a fart.
And like how the expression goes with that is, if you hear it, it's not meant for you. It's like, holy fuck.
That's scary. It's a scary thought, but at that time I'd be like, oh, I'm glad I heard that noisy fart in the sky.
The crazy thing that with that plane, it's a gun, like it's a gun built to fly. It's not like it's a weapons platform, like it's a flying gun basically. And they had to compensate in when they built it, that when it fires, that it leans one way when it flies, to compensate for when that gun starts to fire. But anyways, but there's just like that type of stuff. It's just, yeah, it's cool, but
I guess kind of what I'm like, aside from, having that teenage mentality of big guns go boom, how cool. But it's the way that they did it is more so, I would be so much more prouder to be a part of something that was a get in, get out, quick, essentially quick, easy, so to speak, as opposed to having boots on the ground for weeks or months or years trying to, and so many people dying. Like, it seems so, okay, yeah, efficient. That's not the word I was going for, but that's apparently the only word that'll stick in my head right now. So it's weird. I was literally just bringing that same thing up. 112. Yeah, be right away. Come on.
Okay, thank you very much. This is big stuff.
Big stuff.
Appreciate you being here.
Big bada boom.
Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea
Overwhelming,
was used
the
to launch
huge, the
a
biggest.
spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II. It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history. And if you think about it, we've done some other good ones like the attack on Soleimani, the attack on al-Baghdadi,
where he cried like a
the
dog.
obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites just recently in an operation known as Midnight Hammer, all perfectly executed and done. No nation in the world could achieve what America achieved yesterday, or frankly, in just a short period of time. All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark. The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain...
Are you reading the bottom, the little ticker at the bottom?
No.
It's like George Clooney says we need to make America great again. We'll start in November. Communists demand Cubans be more united than ever.
It was dark and it was deadly.
After months of growing...
But captured along with his wife.
Yeah. People don't like communism. They don't like communists. They don't like communists are greedy. Communists are greedy people at the bottom. See?
Communists are greedy people. Yeah, I see that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're greedy and envious people. They don't actually work for anything. They just demand that other people give them stuff. So that's why people don't like communists. They're greedy. They try to give this air of like, oh, I'm a, the selfless noble. I am a river to my people, but that river only feeds me. It doesn't feed any of you. I live in luxury. You guys, communism is like feudalism. That's how I see it. There's the king that lives in opulence. Yes, the serfs can rise up. In fact, I would say living in feudalism is better than living in communism, because at least the king could get overthrown and the kingdom remained. People like the king could be removed if people hated him enough. Communists, they just...
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, there's no removal of that at all.
No, the communists just come in and say, oh, you're thinking for yourself? Gone. Which is why I think when those people seen like the sparks and stuff flying, they're like, I don't know, government's doing something, none of my business, and turn and walk away.
Celia Flores.
Hold on.
Both of whom...
Did you say hold on? Oh, it was
yeah.
You.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I wanna share something here. Girl, I don't know if you're watching, but I'm sharing you. Hi. Ooh, it's very up close and personal.
You see my 5 chins now, you fat fuck? Sorry.
No, it's covered in your beard. Okay. So
what now? Why?
Wow. A friend of ours
What's going on
who is from Venezuela made a post today. She says, and I quote, "My heart feels lighter today, not for revenge, no by violence, but in the hope that villages can end long, painful cycles. May this moment remind us that nothing unfair is eternal, and that there'll always the possibility to rebuild with dignity, consequence, and peace. Venezuela deserves to heal, and today many of us believe again." She said English. my heart feels lighter, not because of revenge, not because of violence. Oh, is this going to be the same thing?
Oh, it
Yeah.
probably just
Okay.
translated.
Sorry.
it
Yeah, because she did it
translated.
in Spanish the first time it auto translated. Yeah. So she's her family. They're from Venezuela. They moved here a couple of years ago. This
Fleeing communists.
Yes.
They were fleeing. Like,
Yes.
no, I'm saying isn't it funny? Everyone always flees communists. No one's fleeing to communism.
No, no,
Like,
that would be just be nutty.
When the Berlin Wall fell, no one from West Germany was going to East Germany. It was everyone in East Germany running to West Germany. Funny how that happens. Why is it that North Korea stops people from leaving, or South Korea lets people come and go as they please? Notice a difference?
Indeed.
These people don't grasp this concept. People flee communist oppression, and it is actual oppression. I was talking with her husband. The hell are you playing?
Sorry, you were talking what? Oh.
Yeah, I was
It's just
talking with her husband, and obviously they're our neighbors, fantastic neighbors, love them to death.
Yeah, yes, never.
And we had a bit of a chilling exchange, and he had said that he had family members that still live there. And one family member had said, like, oh, you should come back. Everything's great here. And, businesses are coming, all of this type of stuff. You remember in the Terminator where, like, John Connor's adopted parents got murdered by the Terminator, and the Terminator was talking through her?
Oh, yes, I do.
That's like the visual I got. Yeah, it was like, yes, you're my family member, but I can hear the communist speaking through you. It's very unsettling. Very unsettling, especially, like if I heard my brothers, like, saying something like that, or, my parents, like, yeah, everything sucked when Hugo Chavez came and started the whole communist revolution thing, but it's good now. Just keep your mouth shut. Just shut up.
Maduro and Flores have been indicted in the Southern District of New York. It's Jay Clayton for their campaign of deadly narco-terrorism against the United States and its citizens. I want to thank the men and women of our military who achieved such an extraordinary success overnight with breathtaking speed, power, precision, and competence. You rarely see anything like it. You've seen
Idiota, you're muted.
I hate me and everything I stand for. You know what? Some things never change, okay? They just never change. So people like Don Davies, all these leftists and socialists out there that are saying that what he did was illegal, was wrong. Well, if they're all about, follow the rules, well, here we go right here. So the War Powers Resolution of 1973, which permits the president to deploy armed forces in action abroad under specific conditions with a declaration of war by Congress, specific statutory authorization, or in response to a national emergency created by an attack on the United States, which they have been saying for a very, very long time. The smuggling of drugs into this country is an act of war. You are killing people. More people have died from drug overdoses than in wars. Okay, let's put that into perspective.
Yes, and with that, I was hearing today that, granted, it is in a long span of time, but I think within the last 27 years, there's been over 450,000 Americans that have died from the fentanyl coming out of Venezuela in particular, not including the stuff coming out of Mexico and other countries. This is just specifically from Venezuela, which is the same amount of number of soldiers, American soldiers, that were killed in World War.
Well, and let's put it this way. I'll look at this a different way. Or how did you say it? How did you try to corporate speak me? Here's a different perspective.
Yes. You're welcome.
If you and me are having a snowball fight, and under the pretext of, like, people say, well, what is Mexico? Why aren't they going after Mexico or all these other countries? Like, you and me are having a snowball fight, and I have my friend, they're feeding me snowballs to throw at you. Is it you and me having a snowball fight?
No.
Or is it me
Two
and
against
someone
one.
else? Exactly. So
Mhm.
is it just Venezuela? Well, should we be talking about what China does, because of these countries are getting a lot of their precursors for fentanyl out of China? Mexico, once Trump got in,
Canada.
yeah, once Trump got in and shut down, or at least limited the amount of illegal immigration that was going on to the United States, and they said this is a hardline stance, no more drug smuggling, this isn't happening, and the Democrats are going, but we want drug smuggling. How are we going to win elections if we can't smuggle drugs and illegals? God,
Mhm.
Trump, you're fucking up our whole game plan here.
Stop it.
Ah. So, a lot of those cartel operations have moved into Canada, which is why we've seen repeated biggest drug lab bust in BC, biggest drug lab bust in BC, biggest drug
It-
lab shipment out of Calgary by good old Canadian boy Harbor blah 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 Singh Brar blah blah blah.
Nice one.
Yeah,
Yep. All of those names. All of them.
good old Canadian boy there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because there's so many Canadians that refuse to hear it, accept it. They're just like, oh no, there's just this, the states are saying this because they're against Canada and this and that. And it's okay. I understand the pushback in some ways, like you're feeling attacked. You want to, let's go to the parking lot. Let's have a dance off. Maybe not an actual dance off, but you know what I'm saying. But the thing is you have to actually listen to what somebody else is saying and actually come to that realization that, okay, we are part of the problem. So instead of let's just fight back, okay, let's come to a resolve. Let's see how we can figure this out where it's benefiting our citizens, your citizens, and people aren't dying. Crazy thought. I know.
I think everyone that tries to articulate thoughts should have to read this before you start flapping your gums.
Thou shalt not commit logical fallacies.
Yeah.
What am I looking at?
So when you impugn the author or the source, like just because the source, you might not agree with the source, or just because it's the source. How many times have I said, like, I don't trust CNN? They might get the reporting right, but I'm skeptical. But to outright dismiss it, as we talked about, hey, oddly enough, we talked about it last year. Oh, ball sweat.
You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you.
Come on.
Come back.
When we talked about the National Enquirer, even though it was like a made up sensationalized thing, it broke major stories and people wrote it off because it was the National Enquirer.
To be fair, I would too.
Exactly.
I would be completely surprised if they're like, actually, this broke this, which it has. I cannot remember the exact story it was, but it was a major story. And yeah, it's like, oh, all right. You got me.
So,
that's what happens though. You can't, you lie all the time. I mean, we've had that situation many times where someone's constantly lying all the time and then something serious happens and we're like, yeah, okay. And then it is really serious and we're like, well, I feel like an asshole. But at the same time, it's okay, but you lied all the time.
In the mouth of a liar, the truth becomes doubtful.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. Like, you're going to have your your doubts, your skepticism about CNN, about Fox, about whatever. But it's to try to put those aside and try to look at both sides of a story more often, not just one. Then you get to a better conclusion. Like, both sides are guilty of feeding you information that favors their side.
Well, yeah, and of course you can look at both sides, and when someone says that, like, I'm not biased, that in itself is a bias. Like, yes, everyone has their influences. I can look at my cultural influence, the media that I consume. In fact, I've even said, like, it's actually hard to break out of echo chambers. It's really hard. Like, you have to actively seek opposing views in order to break it, the echo chamber that you end up like falling into. So, when we're actually trying to discern or try to get information, yes, I think you need to realize that there's narratives or there's spin. Whatever the person's bias is, then you can weigh their value against that, rather than just, CNN, the best name in news. Like, okay, but what's your slant? What slant? Are you left leaning, right leaning? What? Are you the NDP and you're a pro communist organization? Okay, well that's gonna flavor your opinion. Are you a capitalist? Well, then that's gonna flavor your opinion. Are you a raging lunatic feminist? Guess what? That's gonna flavor your opinion. People don't look to have their opinions challenged; they look to have them validated.
In a lot of cases, yes. I think the majority of the time, when you're like, hold on, I'm going to Google this, it's what? I don't believe you. You're full of shit. I'm going to look up to make sure that you're wrong. Aha, you're right. Shit. But regardless, but that's the majority of the time people are looking for something, is to validate exactly what it is that their idea is.
Well, and I think, it sucks to be wrong. Like, it's like a deeply held belief. Like, attacking someone's beliefs or someone's wrong information, even just like they're just wrong. It's no big deal. You're wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong all the time. Hell, I'm going to be wrong a million times more. But it's like when you attack, or when you go after someone's ideas or their beliefs, they get like a visceral, it's like you're attacking their being, you're attacking themselves, rather than, no, I'm actually attacking the idea. Which is why we don't like communists, because they're greedy, envious little snot bags that don't ever do anything. They just whine and complain.
Snot bags, I like it. The visual.
But they appeal to the dumbest of the dumb. They appeal to the emotionally charged theological thinker. Person that can't actually think. They just operate on emotion.
Women. Not all, but
do we have that clip?
What? Oh, I know what you're talking about now. No, we don't have it saved, but send me the link. I'll save it. I feel like it's needed to be used a couple times.
Don't worry. Just play it. I don't need to download it. I just need you to play it.
Just play it.
Just play it.
Women.
Whoops.
I almost look scared. Like, I hope my wife isn't around here listening to me.
Yeah. So, that's cool to see. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully something comes from this.
I hope so. I hope, as our beautiful neighbor said, that this is a time that people can actually start rebuilding. And maybe that country that used to be a beautiful, prosperous country can once again get to that point. I mean, I feel like it's really telling when you have that many people who are cheering for somebody who is in charge to be gone. There was, I wish I could find it. There was a post somebody had made, somebody in Venezuela that was talking about how Trump is going to go on to be like the peace leader of Venezuela and stuff like that. Like what he did today is so big. Like he gave them hope again. And I think a lot of people, I don't know, people have so many opinions from sitting on the other side of the pond. Listen to the people who are there, maybe. Wild thought. But listen to the people who are there. Listen to, you know, if they're praising him, if this is what they wanted, why are you freaking out about it?
Well, and it is funny. It's like, you know, during the BLM riots, we've talked about this before, that there was like some celebrity. I should look this up and actually get the celebrity's name. But where, you know, when the BLM riots were going down in LA, they were in like the poor neighborhoods, and there were like these celebrities online were saying things like, yeah, you show those rich people, blah, 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 you know, we support you. And then they came to his neighborhood and he's like, no, go do that in the poor neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So the point that I'm making is that these people, they don't like, or they don't like, they don't want to get dirty themselves. They want someone else to do it for them. And then they can feign like, oh no, that's so terrible. That sucks. But really inside, like, they're just a bunch of cowards that can never actually do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, and then even like another thing too, with the whole National Guard going into Chicago and stuff like that, everyone's having a fit about it. But then you actually hear from the people in the poor neighborhoods in Chicago, and they're like, my kids can actually go outside for the first time literally ever and play. It's so nice to actually hear children playing in the streets again. Like, come on, people. Stop trying to stand up for people that you think need your virtue signaling and your white knighting, and actually listen to them.
No, I in fact, I think it's worse. Why I think it's actually worse is I also want this thing to happen, but I'm going to virtue signal and say that I don't want it to happen, or that I want someone else to do it. Which is my biggest gripe against this whole Russia Ukraine thing is, look at how worthless Ukrainians are and how selfless and important, or how selfless they are, or how useless the Ukrainians are. Sorry, let me get my phrasing right. How useless the Ukrainians are, because they're fighting for us. We're so much more important than the Ukrainians. That's been the narrative. They're, again, it's like Schrodinger's Russia. They're either super strong and powerful, and if they take Ukraine, they're going to take all of Europe, which says a lot more about the ineffectiveness of Europe than it does about the veracity or the ferocity of Russia. Or, look, Russia's so dumb, they said that they were going to take Kyiv in 3 days, and look, it's been a 2-3 year long protracted war. So which one is it? But also, look at those Ukrainians. Yes, head to the meat grinder, go die, because I want cheap shit. You know, like, it's such a, they're such noble slaves, the Ukrainian people. I'm almost envious. I'm envious of how slave mentality they are.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where like my, like, oh, you're actually like a scumbag piece of shit. You want the thing to happen, but you're not even strong enough to even let the thing. You couldn't do it yourself. You needed someone else. You hate Russia, therefore the Ukrainians need to die because you're a lazy piece of crap that can't get off the couch and actually do it. But then you'll, well, we need to support Ukraine.
Yeah, and if you're not the one emptying out your pockets for it, or like they're telling everybody else to empty out their pockets, but then it's like, well, did you help out? Well, no, I got other things going on. Sorry.
Yeah, like how many of those videos that you see, like men in the street interviews where someone says like, do you support illegal immigration or asylum or blah blah blah? And they're like, oh yes, of course we do. And then it's like, oh sweet, we got a couple immigrants here. They need a place to stay. Can they stay with you? Oh, well, not us. Maybe someone else, but
exactly. It's always put on somebody else. It's somebody else's pocket. It's somebody else's home. And if somebody has an issue with it, then they look at you like you are the worst human being in the entire world for not helping out. But then on the other hand, they don't want to help out.
No, it's the thing is it's worse. I know you're kind of like certain, but it's worse because they want it to be someone else. They want to seem virtuous. They virtue signal that look at how inclusive I am. I love people from other nations that, have graping gangs that run around. Look how virtuous I am because that's a different culture. I got an argument with someone that I had to defend. I had to defend that molesting children is wrong. Okay. I had to defend that. Yes, if we see a group of people doing terrible things to children, we should stop them. And their argument was, well, cultures are different. They're just different.
Oh, and if that was your child, are you just going to be like, well, that's a different culture. I'll just let it happen.
So it's it's allowing the bad thing to happen under a guise that you're actually accepting. It's the sheep letting the wolf in, thinking that the wolf's there to help. Like, so where I think it's actually worse is, yes, they love the idea, but they don't want to fund it. They don't want to actually support it, but someone else should, which is why why pick up your garbage? Why put your stuff back on the shelf where you got it from if you turned out you weren't going to buy it? That's someone else's job. This is why, like, union jobs, I can't stand those people. I think they are terrible human beings because it is literally, that's not my job. Instead of just, you know what, there's a spill on the floor, I'm here, I'll clean it up. No, that's someone else's responsibility. You leave it. So you don't put your, the groceries that you were going to buy, but you don't put them back on the shelf. You just throw it down somewhere because it's someone else's problem. I don't have to deal with it. So it's that.
You're welcome.
But that's where I think it actually goes deeper, is because they themselves, they don't even want it, but they want it to be someone else's problem. We talked about, like, in Winnipeg, they wanted to put low-income housing in Tuxedo, which is a very wealthy neighborhood in Winnipeg. And they said
that was not met with open arms.
You can have your low rentals, not here though. But they voted for those same policies that would encourage people that are now lower income. They voted for those things. And then they go, well, yeah, we need to deal with the homeless problem, just not here. It'll affect my property. It's like, oh, but it's okay if it affects someone. Go stick it with the other poors. Go stick it with the riffraff downtown, not here. Right.
I don't know about you, but I would love to live in that area. Well,
I wouldn't. No,
I know. I kind of walked it back a little bit, like, well, actually, but
no, I will take open, not barren land, but an open landscape of trees and snow, and I'll take the country over that, because, like,
yes, I'm just saying, like, if you were living in an let me finish. If you were living in low income housing, like, I've been to a lot of the areas where they have the low income housing and the townhouses and stuff like that. And it's
You hear that, people in townhouses? You're poor. You're no matter what, you're poor.
That's not what I said.
She said it.
I did not say that. Those were not the words that came out of my mouth. I said I've been in those areas. Anyway,
Yeah, low income.
but if somebody, okay, but that's a fact. They're low income. So if I was in one of those areas, which are pretty seedy at best, you don't really want your kids to be outside at night. And if they were like, hey, we got a proposition for you. We're going to be building a townhouses in Tuxedo. You in? I'd be like, oh, Bork, yeah, I'm in.
Isn't that Mr. Balloon Boy himself?
Mr. Balloon Boy?
Isn't that Mr. Balloon Boy?
I know what you're talking about.
Don't. If it is, he will let us know.
Okay. Anyway.
Busted.
Okay, you're gonna have to get me in on this after. I don't know what Mr.
What? Sorry.
Are you gonna hurt me? Okay.
No. Later.
Sweet. All right. Well, before we carry on, this is a live show every, what days do we do this again? Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. It's been a hot minute. Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central-ish, and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central. We're just obviously on a little earlier today with the wonderful breaking news of the Venezuela thing. So if you're new here and you haven't already, I don't know why, feed the plant.
Feed me Seymour. Feed me all night long.
Are you good?
Yeah, his name is different now. But wasn't it? It was Todd, wasn't it? Wasn't it Todd? I want to say it was Todd, wasn't it? Always talks about hot air balloons and how Zeppelins would revolutionize the country.
They kidnapped the president. They did.
They sure did.
They did.
Sure
Actually,
did.
with that, there's, what was it here? So this guy here, it's cute. This Kevin McVickers. All you need to know, violation of the rule of law, violation of international law, violation of Constitution of the U.S. Two wrongs don't make a right. This has nothing to do with narco trafficking, everything to do with oil, to the demise of the Canada's economy.
Supported by, Kevin Vickers. I encourage people, go look up Kevin Vickers. He's got some skeletons in his closet that we know about. So what he is saying, let's just spell this out. Canada has oil. Canada has stopped selling oil to the United States, or we've hampered our production of oil to the United States. So the United States went somewhere else. That's where what he's saying. The United States went somewhere else for oil. Now look at Canada's economy is going to implode. It's like, you guys,
you stopped it. Like, the thing is, they stopped giving it to them because they wanted Trump to stop the tariffs. So they're like, okay, so you're going to come at us. We're going to come back at you with this. And then they go somewhere else. You're like, but hey, you were supposed to fight for it. Stop.
Yeah.
Come back.
Liberals are women. They are emotionally never pleased women. Like, liberals are
on my train.
It's like, I know we were fighting, but you were supposed to fight harder. It's like, no,
I know I said I was going to get out of the car and let me out, but you weren't supposed to drive away. Ugh.
Yeah. No, drop me off at home. Okay. Well, why weren't you fighting for me? You told me to drop you off at home. You said you weren't selling oil to us anymore. So, okay. It's like a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And now the liberals are you guys are gonna complain. You people are going to complain. No, No. Liberals, bad. Okay? Bad. You don't get to pout and pissy moan that oil bad, and then when the country that you used to sell to says, okay, we'll go somewhere else, and then you go, but what about me? It's like, no, you're old and busted. I want the new hotness. Venezuela has hot Spanish chicks. Fuck you. We're out of here. Canada's too many liberal bull dykes. We don't want that. You have too many septum piercings. We don't want this. We're post septum era, okay? And you guys are still in the septum era. You know what I'm saying? What?
Just you. Septum piercings. Ugh.
I'm sorry. They started it. I'm just here to finish it. And then get seconds. Because of my 5 chins!
I am a septum? What?
You don't want to be a septum. That's a coin. You don't want to be a coin. Are you Jewish? Sorry.
Wow.
Wasn't it Uriel septum? Is that, am I?
Symptom?
Septum. Hold on. Remember, he's dyslexic. I had to put you in your place.
Oh, you. Oh, hi.
Oh. Uriel septum's from Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls. God damn it.
Nice.
My worlds are bleeding together. I can't tell fantasy from reality anymore.
Oh, God. When it all comes to an end.
That's so funny.
Or just like the other day, you said a word and you're like, wait, is that a Harry Potter spell?
Yeah. Reductio ad absurdum. I thought it was a
Not
Harry
Harry
Potter spell.
Potter spell.
No, it is not. In fact, it's Latin. I don't know where I picked it up, but I picked it up somewhere. Yes, Uriel septum. All right. Anyways, yeah. You guys don't get to, anyways. Carry on. God, I hate liberals. I just want to shoot.
Funny because technically you are one. That's funny.
I hate me. Hate. Nothing but hate flows through me. No, it's just I think what liberals have become is just anti-West. They hate anything West. Like I've said, these are the types of people that when they go to Paris, it's. Did you know? I was in Paris. No, it's Paris. You know Japan.
No, it's not. It's
You know-
Paris.
Isn't even called Japan. We just like, yeah, you're Japan now. You know, Germany isn't Germany.
It's Deutschland.
Yeah, we just like, nah, you're Germany.
Right. That doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. And it's so funny because when you think Deutschland, you think Dutch, right?
Self-loathing.
But it's not. Deutschland is Germany. Football. Nah, we're going to call it soccer now. Like, can we stop making up new names for people like Ariel or Snow White? You know, they already existed and you're just fixing them in your view. Like,
No,
let's
but
just keep the OG, okay?
It's everything. It's anti-West. They just hate anything in the West. They hate
Yeah.
having money. They hate prosperity while they bitch and moan because they got it too good. You know, why don't people like Hassan Piker and all these like socialist champagne socialist douchebag, why don't they leave? Like, if you hate a country as much as you do, like, you know, there's socialist countries out there. Go there. Leave. Like, yeah, jealousy. Like why stay here?
don't
Like,
know.
would you, if you were in a loveless, abusive relationship, then leave. Go. Get out. Like, I'm not some like, you know, marriage whatever, some Christian marriage whatever thing that's like you have to stay together. No, man. Shit sucks. Get out. Leave.
Well, yeah, I'll agree with that. I know, like, speaking not my personal experience, but close to home, where someone stayed in a marriage because it was against the Catholic religion, to get a divorce. You could, okay, this is the funny part though. In Catholicism, you can get an annulment. An annulment is stating that it never actually happened, even though it did actually happen. Kids popped out of it. So clearly it happened. It wasn't make believe. But you can't have a divorce because that's going against your vow to God and the church. But you can say it never happened as long as they agree with, yeah, okay.
I don't know what is an
So weird.
annulment. What is an annulment? Let's see. An annulment and a divorce both legally end a marriage, but they differ fundamentally in how the law treats marriages. Okay. A divorce terminates a legally valid marriage, acknowledging that the union exists but is now over. In contrast, an annulment declares that the marriage was never legally valid from the beginning, as if it never existed.
Exactly.
So is it the distinction affects various legal outcomes, including property division, as in like, yeah, we made a terrible mistake. Is there like a time frame of like an annulment? Annulments, however, are granted only when they're legal defect at the time of marriage, such as bigamy, bigayu, fraud, duress, underage marriage, Muslims, sorry guys, without consent, mental incapacity, or failure to consummate the marriage. Okay, so that's an annulment. Consummated. I love consomme.
Soup.
Yeah.
I don't know. This, like, okay, things like this, I don't make me kind of angry. I don't know. Like
All
this person here, all this for oil. Donald Trump is a war criminal. Okay. Everybody is so focused on the oil part. And I'm not going to say that maybe there wasn't some part, maybe a good chunk, 50%, 60%. I don't know.
There was.
That had to do with going after oil. There is a big drug problem that's stemming from Venezuela, and over 450,000 Americans, just Americans, have died from the drugs coming out of Venezuela. Wouldn't you want to stop that? Like, I'm just saying, I don't get it. And the thing is, like, if say the United States, if Trump, whatever, goes after the oil that's there, it's not just going to benefit the United States. It's also going to benefit Venezuela. It's going to make them more prosperous. So how is this a bad thing? I mean, I get the fact that you're looking at it like, oh, people are dying all because of greed and oil. You need to look a little deeper than that.
You dickheads gunned people down in Chaz Chop. More people died during the BLM riots.
It killed Charlie Kirk.
Than black people that were shot by cops. You caused more damage to property than these bombs probably did.
This is going to be my new job. Thank you. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Well, I think our drug problem is American media and our penchant to follow. Breaking Bad is an example.
Yeah, I'm literally going to live by Breaking Bad's law and become Breaking Bad.
Well, but hold on. Any lefties out there? I'm sure there's tons of leftists that are watching this because you guys huff your own farts.
Maybe that first guy that came in.
If you are to not follow laws, do not follow unjust laws, is Trump just not following an unjust law? Like, is he not just doing something he morally feels is correct? That's what you guys preach. That's what you guys all talk about, is don't follow, laws mean nothing. It's about ethics and it's about equity or equality. Well, you guys actually say equality, not equity, because you guys don't want equity. But there's just, these people are walking contradictions. They're walking hypocrites. If oil is oil bad, so Canada not selling oil. America goes somewhere else to get the oil that they need. Why is Trump getting oil from somewhere else? Why isn't he coming to Canada? Well, because if a store no longer sells Donaires, guess what? I'm not going to go there to get Donaires. What? Like, if a gas station doesn't sell gas, I'm not going to go there. Do you guys, you get it?
I mean, that makes sense, but people don't see it that way because everybody, I don't know, as we discussed earlier, Canada is the emotional girl that's waiting for their man to fight for them and give in because they think, I don't know, freaking Carney and everybody else is just so stupid. They're like, oh, well, you're going to do this. So instead of trying to work with you, we're going to double down and elbows up someone else's asshole to what?
No, Carney's not dumb. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. Because he moved all his investments. What was it revealed? Like 98% of his investments are in the United States. He doesn't invest in Canada. So, no, he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's bankrupting Canada so that the United States can just annex us. That's what he's doing. You don't destroy an economy with everything that we do, everything that we produce. You don't shut all that down and then go, look it, we diversify. I thought the Liberals were happy that Canada was diversifying its relationships abroad. Yeah, but your ex goes and finds someone new, and you're like, well, wow, why would they find someone new? It's like you've been getting railed by like 10 different dudes the past week. They just found new hotness. What are you complaining about? You wanted this.
Right? No, I wanted you to be miserable without me. Ugh.
Oh man, I'm coming up with I'm firing on all cylinders today. Oh, come on, what was it? Canadians cheered for ending. What was it? Sorry, carry on. I'm just rage tweeting right now.
I mean,
rage.
Really
Nothing but
me.
rage.
Okay, what does this say? Where am I here? Praise from Canada's Conservative Party and instant acceptance that the motive was narco-terrorism. Trump signaled only days ago he was after the oil. Meanwhile, Canada's allies urge respect for international law. Okay.
Wait, who's in charge of like the international courts? Like who funds all that?
I don't know.
The United States does.
Oh, you actually knew the answer. Gee.
The United States funds everything around the world. NATO, the UN, all of this stuff. Maybe fact check me. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the United States. Who funds?
And you're saying they fund what?
Like the International Criminal Courts. Who funds that? And probably by like percentage, like how much? Hey, oh, wiggle. What's up? Thank you very much. Of course, if you do like the show, we're back after it was a hectic 2 weeks, but it was a needed 2 weeks. I feel recuperated. I feel I'll send you a lot.
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I don't know. You feel rested. I'm exhausted. It was a lot of work.
But this, I feel like I'm ready to crack some libtard skulls.
Okay, anyway.
Yes.
So to answer
Wigga, you can get a lock of my chest hair. But if you do like the show, of course, share the show with everyone you know. Okay? That's all we ask. We don't ask for a lot. I don't want your money. If you guys donate, that's above and beyond anything. But share the show, like it. See, everyone over on X. Hello to everyone over on X. See you guys over on YouTube.
And
I actually have to like
to
go
the
to-
first guy that commented on YouTube.
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
agreed.
No, I'm fat, but it's funny. Anyway.
Oh, a bunch of you guys over on Rumble. Hello. I said they should get out of the USA and come to Canada. I think the rich want what's happen. It's cleaning out the corals for the next evaluation. Watch Bad Santa for therapy. Bad Santa.
That was quite the movie.
No, I think that is a lot of what's happening. There's a lot of movements that are going on. Canada is becoming a absolute nightmare, logistically, culturally. You know, when Justin Trudeau said that Canada is a post-national state, no one complained, no one cared, because I think he's right, and I think conservatives are long to understand that that's no one cared. Like, truly, people move forward, and I care about progress. I want the human experience to further knowledge, our capabilities, everything. I want humans to flourish. What I don't want is just progress for progress sake, because where is that progress? Don't be a bitch.
I'm all like, no, we love you. Bitch. Okay, so to answer your question before we end up getting too far away from this. So according to AI, the International Criminal Court is funded mainly by its member countries, state parties, through assessed contributions based on their economic size, with major contributors often including large economies, there we go, I can do it, like Japan, Germany, France, and the UK, plus voluntary funds from governments, organizations, and individuals. So it shows here how much, for example, budget size around 187 million in 2024, roughly 195.8 million pounds for 2025. Largest contributors historically: Japan, Germany, France, and the UK, and other large economies.
So, which largest historically? Japan, Germany, France, the UK, and other large economies.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So Wiggy says, I'm subbed in YouTube, or I subbed to, I assume to you.
Thank you.
So thank you. Very much appreciate it.
Love you.
I am literally the greatest. Yes, you are. Thank you very much. I am kidding. Oh, yeah, me too. Happy New Year. Of course, Happy New Year, everyone. It's a fantastic January the 3rd. May the 3rd be with you. No, that's not how that goes. But I'm a graper, and they call me all kinds of hateful names. Hey, you know what?
Rude.
Grapers are welcome here. You guys are a little goofy, but you know, you need a little, like, we all can't think the same thing. It's boring. I hate always
Right.
explaining how right I am all the time. It sucks.
And
Sucks.
I'm really tired of telling him how wrong he is once in a while.
That's right. No, I will say, if Nick continues down the trajectory, of course, I'm talking about Nick Fuentes. For anyone that doesn't know, if he continues down the trajectory that he is going, and the steam that he is getting, there is a very real possibility that he could be president. I think he's like 22. I want to say he's like 22 or 3. He's young. He's still, you know, he's still got a lot of aging to do. But his message is gaining a lot of traction. Nick is always right. Groypers are not. I don't know if Nick's always right. He's got to be wrong about some things. But I will say he is very educated. He is very learned.
Learned sounds so retarded. Like, I'm really sorry. Like, that word itself sounds retarded, learned. Like that's such a funner word. I'm learned. Like it just sounds like I'm from the South. I don't know. Sorry. It's just such a stupid word. Sorry. Carry on.
You good? Jesus.
So,
But I think Nick he's in either like his early or mid 20s, but he has toned down a lot of his, at least from what I've seen. I don't watch Nick. I barely have time to watch anyone. But just from what I've seen, like I've seen him on Pierce Morgan, and I think he's represents a lot of people that are saying, I'm tired of being browbeaten, especially, Wigga saying I'm 21. I think a lot of you young guys you grew up in you need to be shamed. It's like in Catholicism, you have the original guilt. The fact that man has sinned and man is impure, that is like sin itself. And you have to, you're always kind of chasing that you're always kind of atoning for that, I guess. To put it.
yes, better word. Yes.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of young guys that have now grown up, when you were 21, shit, I was 16 years old, and I couldn't imagine what, pre everyone having a cell phone, outbursts and stuff weren't recorded. If someone got tuned up, it's because they deserved it. There wasn't like the guy gets tuned up, now there's a bunch of moral outrage and this person gets canceled and all this other type of crap that comes along with it, and everything is recorded. And I think Nick has just kind of become the, much like Trump wasn't the cure, he was the symptom. He was the symptom of a culture that went completely out of whack. He was the response to it. And I think Nick similarly is the response to the generation that said, men are bad, sit down, women are superior. You're a white man. If you're a straight white male, you should sit in the corner and just shut up. Your opinion's irrelevant. And I think that's what he represents is, you know what? No, I'm done being told that I need to be ashamed. I need to feel bad because of immutable characteristics that I have. I need to stay silent while my country and my culture is being ripped apart, and I'm just supposed to stand here and twiddle my thumbs. I think that's what Nick really symbolizes, or what he is the culmination of those things. So Wigga said, Nick is moderate. My younger brother, who is 16, only TikTok edits, and he is on Uncle H. What the hell is an Uncle H? So I could see a vacuum of youth gamer attention after the precedent that's been seen out the door. Seen how old folk can't govern. Well, we, young gamers like us, we grew up, dude. When people say like, naughty words hurt my feeling, man, go back in a Halo, Halo 1, Combat Evolved.
This is Garner, not gamer.
Oh, I guess I'm dyslexic.
Can you read before you go off into your weird gaming tangent?
Well, no, but I'm getting to a bigger thing of like, playing Halo Combat Evolved, you were called everything, and you either toughened up or you cried, and then you got made fun of even more. So that's like for me, this is why like words don't really, they don't hold weight. You got 5 chins. It's like, yeah, I mean, dude, sure. I don't like, yeah, I'm going to poke fun at it and whatever else. But like, really, does it bother me? No. Like I grew up my whole life, like hearing the most rabidly insane, racist, homophobe, like everything. And that's,
bitch, I say worse to myself. Okay.
Yeah.
Do better.
Dude. So little known fact, Wigga.
Very true though.
So I'm in the
You're still here
transportation
somewhere.
industry. I'm in the transportation industry, and the number of times that I've gone to a customer or just stopping somewhere and I hear someone say, "Holy shit, a white guy." I'm like, "Yeah, we're a dying breed." Like,
Especially as a trucker, 100%. It's very rare I see a white trucker anymore.
yeah. You know, but I yeah, so I think we've become too much well, I've said it a million times, and you know what? I'll say it a million one right now. We've tamed the wild. We mostly don't have to worry about your neighbors. You don't have to worry about society or the big evil. You don't have to worry about the Mongols at the gates, okay? You don't have to worry about that. So now we start creating things to fight about. When people talk about like the immigration, like there's waves of immigration, when Italians came, when Ukrainians came, when Polish people came, when Chinese people, it was kind of a wave and then it abated. But what we're seeing now, like it kind of gave time for those people to kind of assimilate and become of Canadian culture, actually become part of Canadian culture, a part of.
Yeah.
It's very different when for 10, 15 years, you've imported the size of or half the city of Winnipeg every single year. A million people live in Winnipeg. So when you import 500,000 people year after year after year, when now what is it, 20% of our population isn't even native born. Yeah, I think people start to harbor that kind of resentment. And with the point that I'm making is that because we haven't experienced actual hardship, we think everyone else thinks like us. That's the liberal worldview. Everyone's a blank slate, rather than people come from other places because they destroyed it, or whether it's a religious view, or it's, you know what? I don't like your skin color. So you know what? I'm going to outbreed you, as I've heard imams talk about. Or Christians came to our land and burned down our mosque and put up our churches. Now we're returning the favor. So I've heard imams talk about that we're here to destroy their culture. But sorry, were you going to pull this one up?
No, eventually, but go. Yeah, do this one now.
Okay. Yeah. So Wigan said,
First
I love my white Canadian brother and sisters. What is happening to them is not fair. Getting replaced legally by people who have nothing in common with and hate them. And I think that's
hate them is a very big key word there. That's the biggest problem.
well, and this is where I would push back on Groypers is because I had an exchange with a person that was like a lack of a better word, but just a white nationalist. They won Canada, returned to, Canada was for the old stock Canadians, we're for white people, we're for people of European descent, and for no one else. Fine. I understand that argument. Okay? I can empathize with their position. But if it's the same people that share your skin color sold you out. And I would rather take a person that has brown skin and loves Canada than a bunch of white liberals that want to destroy it.
Well, yes.
And I mean, actually want to be a part of Canadian culture, not what we've seen now. What we've experienced now are people that are saying, we're not Canadian. We don't want to be Canadian. We're not from here. We don't want to assimilate. In fact, we're here to export our culture onto you. That's a clear distinction. You're no longer interested in Canada. You're trying to turn Canada into something it's not.
Yeah, you're trying to take over at that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, I would agree with that. Before we get too far, I wanted to kind of brought this up, but never actually addressed it. So kids are going to start pushing for power of attorney as they have no purpose in this life, easy to steal off of family. And this frightens me, scares me, and you see it. Like There are so many kids nowadays that have zero ambition to want to work. They don't want to make a buck. They just want to literally sponge off of people, take everything that they can, steal it, whichever way is humanly possible, because that's the easy way for them. They don't want to actually work for it. They don't have that sense of accomplishment, the sense of drive, and it's extremely sad.
And I don't blame them though. Like even the limited opportunities that we have, well, they've been scooped up by people that they can't even get their foot in the door, let alone actually try and create something.
In some ways, yes, I agree with that. I think that a lot of things in the working industry have made things a lot more difficult, whether it is the immigration that's coming in and people are just cheaper labor, whatever, they don't care. So it makes it, or people scooping up businesses, firing everybody, hiring their family. And, these things are allowed. And then you have that, but then, shit, you just made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
I was going somewhere with that.
Well,
like it was a good place.
To respond to Isildur, I wouldn't say stolen land. Just
Conquered?
because, yeah, I would use the C word, conquered. They were conquered lands. So for those that don't know, I don't believe in rights. I don't think rights exist. I think they are literally a construct of the mind. And, that could be a different discussion for a different day. I know we've already been going for an hour and a half. But no, it's not necessarily what you have. It's what you get to keep. So that's very, very simplistic way of viewing it. But so Wighead says, as Groiper, we are not anti any race. We are pro our own race, and everyone gets to take their own side, but we can't. They have BLM, SPLC. There's not a single pro-white NGO. Love you too. Thank you very much. No, that's why I understand.
You're not allowed to have a pro-white, because then it comes down to, oh, you're a Nazi, you're this, you're that. Like, you're not, as a white person, you are not allowed to be proud of being white at all. It's kind of funny, because at my work, I was talking to a couple of people who were Filipino, and they were asking what my background was. And I said, well, my background is Polish, Ukrainian, Scottish, and English. And she just looks at me. She's like, wow, you are really white. I'm like, yep, there's not a color in my blood. I am white as white. But joking aside, like,
I don't have a problem with people that are, I'm proud of my history, my culture, my heritage. And I think everyone should be. And this is one thing that Canada was good for, was people were able to kind of bring the good, but leave the bad.
Yeah. Leave
your tribal warfare, leave your backwoods dogmatic thinking, come to Canada, create a life, come join us, join. That's a very particular word. Join, be a part of Canada. And you know what? I would look at you. I look at you no different than I would any other person. It's when you come here and say, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Canada's bad, 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 bad. And we need to change everything. It's like, well, no, I like it here. Much like Afghanistan, when the US went and invaded, people liked it. People liked the tribal living. People liked living in their little communities. People that liked, Germany during little mustache man, there are people that liked it and they didn't want that to change.
Yeah.
There are people that lived in East Germany that liked it. So,
but I mean, now it's what you have young kids are literally our kids being in school, their whole time in school, they have been taught to hate themselves because of the color of their skin. You're bad, you're this, you're that. And then we have to try to rewire that and be like, no, you're not. Like, don't listen to this crap.
I've had discussions with the schools about that, and one thing, like,
sad.
You know, it's one thing to say like, hey, this is the history. Like a bunch of Europeans came over, and you know, they sure they pillaged the land, even if they did the worst possible things. Yeah, that was in history. Just as much as, like, you know, people talk about, like, you know, the blood libel, everything a Jew did, all the Jews did. Everything a black person did, all the black people did it. It's like it's a blood libel that, like, the sins of the forefathers are carried by not even their sons, by someone else that might look like them, that shares their same color complexion.
Yeah.
So it's just wild. It's wild to, you know, that type of stuff is just kind of, it's fostered.
Well, it's fostered and it's acceptable. And the thing is, if it was any other way around, like if you were to look at it in any other aspect, you have someone like Pol Pot or Kim Jong-un or whatever, and people started discriminating against that whole race of people. Well, you're a horrible human being. Like, what are you doing? Like, we wouldn't be teaching kids in school every Korean you should hate because of Kim Jong-un.
Well,
make them feel bad. Like,
or when we do call out, hey, Africa, who did Africans enslave? Other Africans. Who did Arabs enslave? Other Arabs. Like,
and Africans. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, yeah. What? But so what I'm saying, like, if you criticize that, like the one thing that they talk about, slavery, even though slavery is more prominent now than it's ever been in history, more people are in slavery today than at the peak of the slave trade.
And white people are the ones who tried to end slavery.
It was white people that ended it. So
we didn't start it, we ended it, bitch.
So but now you go criticize their history, they try to obfuscate, they deflect, you know, they do all this type of stuff. So Wigga says the natives, were literally boiling kids, women, doing human sacrifices and killing each other. European came and Christianity gave them morals, rules, and regulations. So here's a pretty you want some fun facts here, Wigga? I am native. But
unsubscribe. I'm just kidding.
Right? Run. Do you get, you know, maybe a little Iron Maiden, you know, run to the hills. I won't sing that. Actually, that song is about the Europeans coming here and
stop. Is there really? That's funny.
It's either like that or it's during the Spanish Inquisition. I'm pretty sure.
That's funny.
Whoops.
Right, you conquered bitch. What are you gonna say?
No, and that was the argument that similar argument that I've made with regards to that all cultures are not equal. If let's take the European perspective, because you can't take the evil white man's perspective, but I'm going to, okay? I'm going to empathize. No, sympathize. Fuck. I always forget. Empathize. Sympathize is how was it explained? You're rooting for them. You can understand where they're coming from. Empathy is you can understand their actions.
Their feelings. You can understand how they feel. Sympathy is, yeah.
So think, if you are a people, just as let's look at us today. And this is not my argument. This is someone else. Okay, this is Andrew Wilson's cultural argument, or the example that he uses. The Cum Warriors of Papua New Guinea. I've talked about it. You know, if we saw that, if we came to a land and we seen that little kids were being pumped full of from guys, we would be saying that's abhorrent. We need to stop it. Okay,
I'd like to think so.
So you think that when the Europeans came here and they seen that they were scalping each other, they were, killing the men, enslaving the women.
Savages. That's exactly the word that they used to use. And that seeing something like that, that's exactly what you would think.
Yeah, you'd say, we need to stop this.
Right?
So that's their perspective. I could understand why they'd say, yeah, we got to stop that. Next to syphilis symptom. You might have to explain that one, Todd. I mean, sorry, it's silver. So yeah. I can understand that perspective. And in fact, there's without we've done episodes on talking about the kind of the big can't remember how someone had coined it, was like the like residential school denialism industry or something like that. Basically, just
something like that.
That natives have kind of exploited these past travesties to blood libel people of today within Canada. And I think that that's wrong. And especially when those people hold all the documents and everything else, blah, 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 blah. We don't need to get into it right now. But yeah. I think with that, I gotta go fix my semi so that I can go vroom vroom. So
save the world one truckload at a time.
Yeah, I know we were initially talking about whatever, we were talking about the whole Trump thing, but yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
it was great to be back.
Yes. Nice to see all you. Wigga, nice to gain you. My brother.
Wigga.
My Wigga. Love it.
Oh, my clearance lights on top. I have to put new inserts in. No, I've done too much work on that truck. No,
exactly.
So the lights that like the clearance lights that are on the top, there's a threaded insert, like basically like a rivet, but a threaded rivet that goes inside, and that's popped out. So my wonderful wife, it's not electrical. It's like body work, but I just have to put these new rivets in and good to go. It's just I have to get on top of the truck, and it's cold outside.
Yeah, he's not used to being on top either, so it's gonna be a little work. Just kidding.
Don't.
Just kidding. I'm sorry. You muted me. It was a perfect set of four. I couldn't let that go. Love you. All right. So
Why? What did I do to you? What did I do? So,
all right. So, to everybody who is here and been watching us, we appreciate every one of you so much. And thank you, seriously, from the bottom of our heart. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please subscribe. Please. Anyway, we will be back again on Monday, 8 p.m. Central. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, everybody. Be kind to one another. And
for you guys over on Rumble, see, Rob is streaming right now, so we'll send you guys over there right now. So,
and with that, let's kick this off. Yeah, I just have to. I love it. You're welcome. All right. Catch you guys again on Monday. Love ya. We out.